Let's go.
And welcome back to the only podcast to chaperone a field trip our kids didn't go on, Bohemian Jet City.
I mean, it depends on where they're going.
I am your host, Andrew, and beside me is not a chihuahua humping your leg. It is my best friend, Marshall Stepp.
Hey, I think that's like the nicest thing you've said about me so far.
Why can't it be both?
I don't know. It could be both. And behind the control board is a man who makes chicken tacos using a recipe out of the Anarchist Cookbook, Clint the Clamp Ashworth.
The clamp. Give them the clamps.
Or give him the chicken tacos.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, because you'd probably have to use something other than salt if you were using the fucking Anarchist Cookbook.
Diesel and styrofoam, right? Isn't that makes homemade napalm?
I can neither confirm nor deny that. Especially with fucking government agent in here.
You invited him.
I know. Everybody, this is Patrick O'Rourke. He is a longtime friend. Fuck, we've known each other
over 20 years.
Yeah, almost as long as we've known each other.
No, that's quite a bit longer than what we've known each other, if you think about it.
I don't think about it.
Actually, no, because it's me and Ashley have been together 17.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty close.
Because I knew you before you and her got together.
Yeah. Damn.
He
I didn't realize it had been that long.
Whenever, because he used to live down the road, and whenever we would be out in the shop jamming, he would come down.
Okay.
Yeah. He almost got in a fight with Patches because he tried... I don't know if he was purposely trying to steal Patches' girlfriend or at least fuck her, but...
Hey, that's why you remember Elton from Keene?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he stopped talking to me, is because he brought one of his newer girlfriends up to one of my parties up in Bedford, and I ended up fucking her. I ended up fucking her in the bathroom.
Jeez.
In my defense, I was completely hammered. It was my 20th birthday. It was that short period while me and Ashley were split up.
Where you were fucking anything with two legs?
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean...
Hey.
But it's funny how it happened, because she was sitting on a couch. Apparently, I was having a conversation, and she was just looking up, listening to the conversation, right? It wasn't like we were having a private moment. I looked down.
All of a sudden, your dick's in her mouth.
No, I was super drunk. And I looked down, I was like, "What are you staring at, bitch?" And then, like, 3 hours later, like, he's pissed off and leaving because she's in the bathroom with me, and I'm taking her to Pound Town.
You were kind of a piece of shit.
I was a piece of shit, especially during that time, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I lost every fucking standard of living I cared about.
Yeah.
Other than playing music. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
Everything else could have sucked dick and died. But I think that's why I'm, like, overly, like, caring now.
Yeah.
Is because, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I care too much.
Getting too real, man.
Yeah.
Getting too fucking real.
Yeah. All right. Well.
But yeah, he is a, well, fuck. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Patrick. Tell us what you do, who you are.
I'm a police officer. I mean, aside from that, I'm just your friend, man. You know?
I still don't understand how that dynamic works, but okay.
I mean,
you want to know what bonded us? Anime.
Yeah.
Anime and racing.
Okay.
I really thought he was about to say anime and racism.
No. Not all cops are racist like you.
I'm not a cop, so.
But you are racist.
Yeah.
We were in the band together when you, me, and Stewie.
Yeah.
Hey, I was in a band with Stewie, too.
Everybody was in a band with Stewie.
Except for me. I was never in a band at all, ever.
It's because the only thing you play is the skin flute.
That's facts.
Weird.
He called you a homosexual.
It's not like I haven't heard it before.
Oh, but no. We brought him on just to kind of continue the whole series thing of bringing people of everyday jobs and just learn a little more about what they do and seeing, just having some fun with it.
I switched the cameras right as you switched over to the fucking...
What do you mean you switched it? Who'd you switch it to?
To you.
Oh, so I was looking at this one, but it was right there?
Right
Nice.
as you fucking switched.
Nice. So which one is it now?
I'll never tell.
God I'm just gonna stare at the Miller Lite box because that's in between both of them.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
That works.
All right, Patrick. Tell us a little bit about your, where you come from, how you grew up. Mom, dad. You got brothers and sisters, all that.
Yeah. So I grew up in a law enforcement family. My father was a police officer for 20-something years before he retired. My mom was a dispatcher for the police department here in Burleson, and just grew up around family friends that are all cops, parents that are cops, and it just kind of like ingrained in me from an early age. So when I got old enough, I became a police officer, and I have a sister.
Okay.
One sibling. She's a police officer as well.
Really?
Really?
Oh shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a police officer. Yeah.
Clint said he could take her in a
Now,
fight.
No.
So-
his sister's pretty hardcore.
were you a police officer back then, like back in the days that he was talking about, where we were all here? And
Oh
everything
no,
like
that was shit. That was us right out of fucking high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, fuck.
yeah.
I don't know.
We were all hanging out, like 2004, 2005, 2006. I think we were in a band in 2006 and 2007 with Stewie
Yeah.
and Sean.
Yeah, he played bass.
Bass, yeah. Then we had some guy that came in that all he wanted to do was go to strip clubs. I forget his name.
Andrew.
No.
No.
Fuck, dude. I could count
Jeremy.
on one.
That's who it
hand.
was. Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah.
Wait, which Jeremy? My Jeremy?
Yeah. He came in to play bass after we got rid of Sean because Sean couldn't play bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. When was this?
Fucking forever
Was
ago.
this like after Apathy and all that?
No.
Because there's no way Jeremy played.
Yeah,
for
no.
y'all
This,
before.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if this
It had
was
to be-
after or before.
Jeremy was in Apathy.
Yeah, but Jeremy was in Apathy with me
Yeah.
when I joined Apathy. Because I'm the one that. So I originally come and played for Apathy, and I was playing bass
I want to
for
think.
like half a practice, and then I got on Ken's guitar. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I started just shredding around, and Stewie was like, "Fuck!" I knew if he got on a guitar, we were not going to want him to play bass anymore.
Yeah.
So then I moved to guitar, and because ASR was on the hiatus, so that's when I brought Jeremy in.
I
You
want
sure
to
it wasn't
think.
Billy.
No, I want to think that was the original lineup of Apathy. It was me, Patrick, Stewie, Sean, and we had that drummer who could never fucking show up on time. That
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah. That was the worst.
I can't even fucking remember.
Philip?
No, it wasn't Phil.
Yeah.
Phil was later. We didn't get Phil until about Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, but I was after Billy
Yeah.
and during Phil.
Yeah. So that had to have been like the original Apathy lineup.
All right, are we ready to kick back in?
Yeah, I was just reading about the Loch Ness Monster.
What about it?
Apparently, the first sighting of 2025 happened the other day.
Oh.
Sorry,
I don't
your
get it.
video.
I mean, where do we
Huh?
stand on that? Is the Loch Ness Monster real? Do we think?
Absolutely.
Do you?
I think it's real.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's real. I just don't think it's what people think it is.
What do you think it is?
What do you think it is?
I have no fucking clue what it is.
Well, you think they're wrong, so you must have some kind of
Yeah.
opinion, right? Like,
I love it. We got it coming from
Right?
3 angles
He's not.
now.
He's got a fucking
Yes!
point, Marshall.
Fuck.
Honestly,
Yes.
what I think it is just a ginormous alligator.
Are you fucking stupid?
Well, hold on. Are there any alligators in? Where is it?
No,
UK
it's fucking,
or is it Scotland?
It's Scotland.
Scotland. Yeah.
Scotland.
Yeah, no, there's no fucking alligators in Scotland.
Do we know that
I'll
for sure?
fucking Google
I
it.
would
I'll
say-
Google it.
No,
I don't know. So
there's no alligators in Scotland.
Okay.
what if it is an alligator though? Like one has somehow like a saltwater caiman has made its way there.
They can adapt. I'm not saying.
fed
I'm not
on
saying,
all their shit, and he is massive.
I'm not saying
dude.
that's what it is.
I'm kind of buying your
You said I
logic
think it
now.
is.
Fuck you.
No, there are no alligators native.
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 To
Well, obviously
Scotland.
they're gonna
Doesn't
be in fucking
fucking
zoos
mean
and
Hold on.
shit.
one can't
Hold
fucking
on.
swim up there,
Here you go.
motherfucker.
Hey, I got you. You ready? I got you. Burmese pythons are not native to Florida, but yet they're overturned. I mean, you get to kill them on site, and there's no limit, no nothing. Like,
The 148 that are known of include 11 crocodiles in Aberdeenshire, 4 camels in Dumfries and Galloway, 2 alligators in Plaxmanishire
They're in zoos, yeah.
and 31 wild boar. Yeah.
Okay,
it's-
those are the ones that they know of.
Yeah.
That they know of.
Have you ever gotten a super clear, high resolution 4K picture of the Loch Ness Monster?
Let's go.
Where it actually shows this is either A, B, or C?
Well, the whole point of the Loch Ness Monster is that like that neck that bends, right? Like,
no,
like the
whole-
Stegosaurus neck?
yeah.
It's
He's not wrong.
plesiosaurus.
Yeah.
That's all the sightings. It's always been the neck
Who
that kind of
gives a
out.
fuck, Clint?
You know
The
who gives a fuck?
Stegosaurus has that neck too, motherfucker.
No, it's a stegosaurus does?
I think so.
You're fucking wrong.
Yeah,
Fucking the
Stegosaurus
dinosaur
doesn't
expert
have
here.
that.
You're a fucking wrong.
Yeah, calm down there, Steve Irwin. Fuck.
It's a brontosaurus or a brachiosaurus or a fucking
No, the brachio has the spines up the back,
no.
right?
That's a stegosaurus.
God
That's
damn
a
it!
Stegosaurus.
How can
And-
you be so fucking stupid about dinosaurs?
Because I got laid as a teenager.
So did I.
Well, I was actually
And
outside.
dinosaurs helped. I don't know how.
highly doubt that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, highly doubt that.
You'd have been better.
There's not much
You'd
you
have
had.
been better off showing them your fucking sword collection
Yeah.
and talking about dinosaurs.
Dude, okay, so before we get into your questions.
That is a stegosaurus, sir.
Oh, okay. Is that what I said?
Yes.
No, I said brontosaurus.
Bitch, you did not.
I did too.
You said Stegosaurus.
Shut
first.
up, Marshall.
I will not.
I will never fucking defend you ever again.
That would be the brontosaurus.
Yeah, that's what I said. The
No, it's
brontosaurus.
fucking
It's
not.
got the brontosaurus neck.
And that's kind of what the Loch Ness Monster allegedly looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what
Okay,
the
but
Loch Ness Monster actually
You know what? You know what it kind of looks like? Lapras from Pokemon.
yes, is a plesiosaur.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dude, you know way too much about dinosaurs. This fucking scares me as a person.
Or it could be the mystical magical Liopleurodon.
Hey, do me a favor. Since we're talking about dinosaurs, Google what dinosaur has 500
Fuck
teeth.
you. I'm not Googling that. I already know the answer to that.
What is it?
You almost got me. You almost got me. I'll Google it for y'all because I don't have the surface seat.
Wait, hold on. Do you know what dinosaur has 500 teeth?
What?
You know, I'm not going to ask you to say it, but do you know it? Do you know the whole thing about that?
No.
So there's actually a dinosaur that has 500 teeth, right? But the thing is you get people to Google it because when you Google it,
Autofill is something?
no, that's the name of it.
Hold on. Okay. All right.
So I got Clint to Google it one day.
Yeah. No,
And was it you that hadn't heard of it? Or was it you?
No, it had to have been him. 'Cause
Okay.
Obviously, I heard of it.
I don't remember.
I don't know. One of us, I think it was you that didn't hear of it. So he was like, "Oh, okay." So Clint was like, "I really regret doing this."
We could always show on lemonparty.org.
No.
No, no.
Jesus.
No,
We
no.
we could always go back to the mason jar.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Wait, what? I forget the Mason. Oh, fuck! No!
Y'all talking about those nasty videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. See,
The mason jar is a nasty video. The lemonparty.org is just a
still-
picture.
Old people?
Old
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
man, you've seen that?
Yeah.
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 Well,
let's not do any of that.
Let
So-
let me jump into my dark humor joke corner real quick because
Okay.
I've got like 4, maybe 5 jokes that are good. At least I think.
We're cutting you off after 2 if they're not good.
That's fine.
All
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Marshall's dark humor joke corner. I never get tired of that. What do you call a 5th grader with no friends?
Clint,
I don't like where this is going already.
that's why you know so much about dinosaurs.
Don't
A
like
Sandy
where
Hook survivor.
God,
What the fuck, man?
that wasn't that. You know that didn't actually happen, right? I'm fucking with you. Have y'all seen the whole conspiracy
Yeah.
theories on that?
Oh yeah.
I'm
This is the
surprised.
Alex Jones podcast right here.
Yeah,
It could
somewhat
turn into that.
Yeah,
You say that you might get sued. He got sued for it on his podcast. So
Man.
I mean, I don't blame nobody.
Hey,
for-
listen, if they sue us, that's just going to give us way more notoriety than what we bargained for at this point.
right?
That is absolutely true.
How do you pick up a Jewish chick?
God damn it.
Take a dustpan to Auschwitz?
God.
You know, that was.
I hate
I'm
you
just kidding.
so much.
God.
How do you get a Jewish girl's number?
read it
Read
off
her
her
arm?
arm?
Roll up her sleeve.
Yeah.
One, maybe two more. Why did Princess Diana cross the street?
She didn't.
Because she wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Oh, what the fuck?
That one was good.
God.
That one was good. I will give you that.
And last but not least, what's the hardest part of a vegetable to eat?
Their head?
The wheelchair.
Oh. All right.
I hate you so much.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is Marshall's Dark Humor Joke Corner.
You had a couple bangers.
I
But-
almost thought about letting him play all the way through just to fucking show how bad he was.
Yeah. No, he had some good ones. I'll give him that.
They were okay.
Like the picking up the Jewish girl one, I
Jesus.
would have never guessed that one. You know,
Yeah.
the number, that one was obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty obvious.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
Oh, jeez.
so you said that your parents were in the force. So I'm assuming that's what got your interest in the force.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. It's
hard to say.
And you like
It's hard to say with all the cop shit that was hanging on your parents' fucking walls and. You
so what how long have you been in the force?
I first started working for the sheriff's department, I think in 2009, and I've pretty much been in law enforcement ever since then.
Okay. So we're looking at I can't do my math very well. 2009, that's 15 years.
Sure.
Just joking because me and my wife got married in 2009. I should know that. I don't know.
You don't know.
I think I know. Is that not 15 years? Do the math on that.
You do the math on
don't
that.
want to.
Figure it out yourself.
It's 15 years.
Are you sure?
We've been together 17, been married 15. Fuck you. Trophy husband, bitch. Get it right. Yeah, right. Either way, all right, so you said you started with the sheriff's department. Is there any difference in the sheriff's department and local PD as far as like day-to-days or anything like that?
It's all dependent on where you are. I mean, the sheriff's department, like in Dallas County, you know, you're answering the same calls as DPD is. You know, Johnson County, you may be answered to a call, cow on the road, whereas Burleson PD, they probably never deal with cows on the road. It just depends on where you are. But
Okay.
you're all police officers, whether you call it a deputy or an officer. It's all the same. You know, you do domestic violence, you do traffic, you know,
Yeah.
murders, you know, calls for rape or whatever. It's all the same thing, no matter where you are. Just, you know, the calls will vary dependent on how rural you are. Like,
Yeah.
cows on the road's a real call. You know?
Yeah.
I've done
yeah,
that one.
absolutely.
Rio Vista, we get them all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I get that. So is there any beef in between like local PD and sheriff, like jurisdiction issues or like all right,
Is that shit straight up Super Troopers?
hold on, because yeah, for real, because the only thing I can correlate it to is like there's usually like beefs in between like registered nurses and LVNs, and I know that because my wife's been both. You know, like
That sounds weird.
well, so registered nurses will refer to themselves a
I
lot
didn't
of
say I
times
cared. I just said it sounded
as real nurses, like the RN is real nurse versus. So I'm wondering if like sheriff and local PD or state troopers all have like kind of a beef or anything like that.
Depends on, you know, I can't generalize. Like, it's not always like that because, you know, in some places, the PD and the SO get along, police department and sheriff's office, right?
Yeah.
PD and SO. So they get along pretty well in some places they don't.
Gotcha.
I've worked in both. I've worked in places where you get along really well and some places where you don't get along at all. There was one place where I was a police officer at where when I got hired, I was told that if you see the sheriff's department inside our town, you run them out.
Jeez.
Shit, yeah.
So,
Some Wild West shit right
you know,
there.
but, you know, generally speaking, we all get along, I'd
Yeah.
say. You know,
Is this
but-
one of those high noon duels? Get out of my town.
This town's only big enough for one of us.
You got the 5 police cars waiting at the edge of town, waiting for them to exit.
The one road that goes through it.
Yeah. Don't you ever come back, you sorry piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could see that.
There's also troopers too. You know, state troopers.
I feel like they are the cockiest of
Oh,
the.
I,
Yeah,
it gotta
absolutely.
be. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, generally speaking, you know, police all, you know, get along, cut each other slack when it comes to like speeding or something like that.
Yeah.
State trooper will probably ticket his own mother. You know,
Oh,
no.
absolutely.
Oh,
Dude, for
100%.
56 and 55, writing that ticket.
I fucking I saw a video earlier today. I think it was like fucking Ohio police chief fucking he got pulled over and got wrote a ticket. He was in his fucking squad car. He was doing like fucking almost 90 in a 30.
Nice.
Okay, so at that point, that's just reckless driving.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well,
So
and
at that
I don't
point,
disagree.
you need to be either written a ticket or taken to jail for felonious speed.
Well, yeah, and they wrote him a ticket, and he actually
Is
had
that even actually a word, felonious?
No,
That's
it's
the
not. You
officer
just
in the room.
fucking made
Dude,
that, shit
that
up.
sounds so
No,
fucking made
bullshit.
up.
Ain't no
I
way
might
that's
have.
a real
I'm
word.
not gonna lie. I might have pronounced it wrong, but yes, you can.
I'm pretty sure you pronounced all of it wrong because it's not actually a word. Felonious? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It's a word. All right. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah.
Felony.
Yeah. No, I get it now.
Took you long enough.
Well, I was
You
thinking
didn't get
PH,
it
not F.
instantly?
No, I was thinking PH, not F. You know?
Damn it.
Okay, well, let me ask you that. Now that we're talking about speed, what on average? Because you always hear, you can go 5 to 7-ish over the speed limit, and typically you'll be okay. But any more than that, you're gonna more than likely get pulled over. So, not you specifically, but generalize. Is that generally kind of where at least the places you've worked kind of?
Obviously, he would generalize if he's generally telling you.
So here's the generalization, right? So
Nice.
move forward.
Yeah.
So here's the generalization. I've talked to a lot of police officers, deputies, troopers in my time, from all over, and we all generally have the same idea of how to enforce speeding.
Okay.
There's 3 different ways to do it for 3 different types of roadway. Okay, so say a highway like I-35, right?
Okay.
Generally speaking, 11 is the cutoff, 11 over. So if it's 70 and you're doing 81, you might get pulled over, right? The speed of traffic is usually it's about 80 or more on 35. People
Yeah.
go
Oh, yeah.
fast,
Well,
so-
I mean, I do 90 everywhere, so.
Yeah. If I'm not going 85, I'm cussing people.
Yeah.
So the highway, the interstates, 11 over is generally the rule for most people that I found. City streets, 5 to 7, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing 80 down those two.
You lost me there.
Like Burleson here, 174, the speed limit is used to be 55, 50, and then changed to 50, then 45. So now if you're doing about 50, I'd say you're okay.
Yeah.
Anything over 50, BPD is probably going to pull you over.
Okay.
If you go right past them, we're doing more than 50. But then there's school zones.
Oh, fuck that.
Jesus.
School zones, I'd say the limit is 2 to 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, no, I'm doing at least 2 to 3 under
Yeah.
that advertised speed limit during the school
Dude,
zone.
that's why I love
because
Rio. Because
I am not trying to get a $400 fine in a school zone.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Not
That's why I love
happening.
Rio. They don't give a shit.
Well, it's I have to pass through two school zones whenever I go out to Midlothian, and it is just fucking miserable because I got to go through. Well, no, it's one school zone, and a fucking bad traffic light going through fucking Alvarado and Venus.
Yeah, fuck that.
Oh,
Fuck that.
Jesus.
area.
Well, and you're going down 67, and all of a sudden, you got to fucking do 35 mile an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, I'm doing fucking 90, 95 mile an hour. You want me to slow the fuck down?
That's why I like Rio, dude, because like you'll have people come pick their kids up on 4-wheelers. And they've got like 2 kids on the back and 1 kid up front just chilling. And I mean, they're going, the speed limit through the school zone, but those kids will sit there and wave. We have he's our sergeant who sits there, and he's really just trying to make sure
Everybody's safe.
if kids are having to cross, he'll get out of his car and stop traffic and let the kids cross and all that.
Yeah.
But dude, I've seen some wild shit of people picking, like a dude picked like 2 kids up in a tractor one time. And I'm like, and that's when we first moved there. And I was like, not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
Toto.
Fucking.
No, I think you moved to Kansas.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
I had a buddy who grew up in West, like West Texas. Same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like you could walk from one end of the town to the other on, length and width. It was fucking like they didn't give a fuck. You could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah. So what is your favorite part about being a police officer?
I guess every now and then you get satisfaction from helping somebody, right?
Okay,
do something
yeah.
good for somebody, make some kind of positive change in their life. Other than that, Not that else I can think of. I mean, I'm kind of burned out. I'm not the best person to talk to you about policing because I'm a little burned out on it. But, every now and then when you help somebody, it sticks with you.
Yeah.
So.
What's your favorite ticket to write?
Ooh.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Impeding traffic.
Nice.
People that camp out in the left lane.
Yeah.
Oh,
slow
God.
drivers. No, I'm of the opinion that the most dangerous driver is not the speeder. It's the guy who is slowing traffic down. Because you got somebody in the left lane slowing traffic down. What's everybody else got to do? They got to change lanes, accelerate beyond what they normally would do just to pass this person.
Yeah.
Or slow down and fucking get behind them and back traffic.
And tailgate them.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
that fucking. That's like that. There was what was that accident in
Austin?
Yeah, Austin.
The Amazon truck that just slammed into like
Yeah,
50,000 people.
Killed like 5 people.
Yeah, dude, they just found them.
Killed.
No, they had wait, just found like what, the bodies?
No, they just found the guy who did it.
No, they had the guy as soon as he got
I don't know. I saw social media saying that they just found him, so I don't know.
Well,
I just found out about this yesterday. So
Like he abandoned his truck and took off.
Yeah.
Something, maybe?
No, there's fucking video of people standing with him and keeping him there and shit.
A 37 car pileup. I think they said he was drunk or high.
He was on some sort of,
and or both, and he was like 10 to 15 over.
and he didn't have a license.
how do you drive for Amazon without a license?
It wasn't Amazon.
Amazon uses contractors.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The contract
Okay,
labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a contract company that moved
Was
the
pulling a trailer.
crates
that
for
Amazon had.
Amazon. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thanks for that, Bezos. But
He don't give a fuck.
He really doesn't.
I mean, technically, if he vetted the contracting company itself and they didn't have any major issues, then at that point it falls on the contracting company to vet their drivers.
There is one other fact, but I don't want to bring it up.
You can't know. That's bullshit.
yeah,
What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, you should know already.
He's
I
black?
know.
No,
Oh,
I mean he is black.
I'm
but
so
He
confused.
was a
right
black
now.
guy.
What?
he's also illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Daddy Trump's gonna have a field day with that.
Oh my god. Nope. Not fucking doing it.
And this is why we're getting rid of DEI,
fucking doing
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Nope.
Man.
All right.
I'm
yeah,
not
that,
having
that
another
was me
fucking
just
hour-long conversation.
Yeah. No, I'd rather not.
that was
No.
me just being
We got better shit to do.
facetious at that
Do we
point.
though?
Oh yeah.
I think
absolutely.
it's not that we do. Patrick probably does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
100%.
sure he doesn't want to fucking sit here and listen to that bullshit.
No.
I didn't, and I was here for the recording.
So you've said you've been a police officer since 2009.
Well, I didn't start out as a police officer in 2000. I started out in the jail
Okay.
and
As a CO?
as a corrections officer.
Yes.
See, there you go. He
So
he was
I'm
wanting
killing-
to look for a fucking CO to bring on.
Yeah, I
See,
did that.
and it was so hard because my wife, she's the head of the medical department at Johnson County. So any correctional officer that I got from there with any interest in coming on, she shot it down immediately. She was like, "No, I have to work with them," and I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
What? What's going on?
She don't want to mix her two worlds. You know, like her husband's because
And you didn't shut her down?
I tried, but you know,
But he doesn't run
she
that
has
household.
the pussy, she holds the power.
100% correct.
So I was like, okay, I'll find another one. So
So you're fucking welcome.
yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about your correctional officer days?
Yeah.
All right. How long were you a CO?
A couple of years, I think.
Okay. Tarrant County, I'm assuming.
No, Johnson County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, he's
Back
from
to-
here.
No, my wife wasn't there then.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Nah, she wasn't even starting there yet.
No, you're correct. It would have been 2015, 2016 that she started there.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've seen out at the jail? Like, I've heard stories from my wife, but like, she, being in the medical department, she's not seeing shit unless people are hurt,
Well, what do you mean by crazy shit?
Like anything that you're like, fuck, dude, that was wild.
I don't know. I mean, we had riots. I mean, there was, people getting into mass fights. There was, I don't know. Craziest shit that I saw, I think, was the ingenuity those guys in jail, man. They can make stuff out of nothing.
Yeah.
That is true.
They get all this stuff on commissary, they mix it together, and it's just like, I mean, they make weapons and tools out of razor
Toothbrushes?
blades and toothbrushes. Yeah, like
Fucking what is that with the ramen? It's a taco, isn't it?
what?
So you get a bag of Cheetos or Doritos or whatever your favorite fucking chip is, and then you get a thing of ramen, crush up the ramen.
The
put it-
walking taco.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, dude, and like real world is out here doing that shit now too. And
Right? Dude, that
pretty sure it was invented by prisoners.
bro, once I went to jail and learned that, I was doing it all the fucking time.
Yeah, dude.
Like that shit's awesome. Like you just walk around holding a fucking bag of chips, eating that shit.
Yeah, I heard about one time a lady inmate made a dildo out of a bar of soap.
Sounds about right.
And then they ended up getting is it toxic shock syndrome, something like that?
Yes,
Yeah. That was a big ordeal. Like you had like 3 or 4 of the
I
inmates.
mean, I know you got to clean it, but goddamn, you got to
Right?
clean it that much?
Yeah, well,
Some bitches sanitized.
like 3 or 4 female inmates all got it at the same time and realized they were all sharing that. Yeah, dude. See, and that's kind of why, like, originally I was looking for a CO because, you know, like,
you want to hear about lesbians.
well, no, it's like with a police officer, y'all see a lot of crazy shit out in the real world.
Yeah.
Right. But that's a lot of shit that, like, may be too traumatic to revisit. It may be you can't talk about it because it's an open investigation. You know, there's a lot of
Fuck
more.
it, I'll ask him. You ever fired your gun off?
Yes.
Right on.
I was never going to ask that question because
I was actually going to ask it later at some
or
point.
you. But see, I'm respectable.
I don't give a fuck.
They're not, which you know Clint, so you know
Yeah.
he's fucking not. But like COs, you know, they see some crazy. Y'all see some crazy shit that like is not too crazy. You know, like
Right.
you're not
Apparently.
seeing like. You're not seeing kids get murdered in jail. You're seeing people who killed kids in jail.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing them get the brakes beat off of them for being like, I heard, is it true child molesters are like targeted in jail by other inmates?
Yeah. No, absolutely. They are.
Okay, so that's
I'm
not
not
just
ag-
like a TV movie trope.
No.
I'm not
no.
against that
But-
either.
Okay, so here's the thing. They call them chomos for short. Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chomo, so, or, you know, there's other words for it, but the child molesters, they're all segregated. Violent sexual offenses and child sexual offenses, they're all segregated. So the sexual offenders, as they're called, are in their own wing of the jail, every jail. So they're never in general population.
Yeah.
Well, that's disappointing.
So they can't be targeted for violence anymore anywhere in America, as far as I'm aware. Every prison, every jail, they segregate sex offenses. So every wing, every jail has its own wing for sex offenses, but they still get targeted because the people that do the lunch, the breakfast, you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Trustees.
the trustees, you know,
Yep.
they're in the kitchen. It's labeled where the trays are going. You know, going to block A, going to block B, going to green block, blue block, wherever it's going. Everybody knows where the child molesters are.
Yep.
So one thing that was a tradition when I was there, and as far as I know, it's still tradition today, is the trustees piss in the morning oatmeal for the sex offenders.
Yes.
Call your wife, find out if that's true.
That's not something she would say on the podcast.
Obviously not.
But I will ask her when I get home.
Right on.
And
Yeah, so there's oatmeal every breakfast, right? And
Yeah.
From what I understand, I've never watched them do it. I've never seen it personally, but I've been told.
You've heard the whispers.
Yeah. So
now, as a CO, not you specifically, but generally, if a CO saw that, would they let it go because it is going to the Chimos?
no, you can't let it go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Fuck,
let it
I
go,
would.
no.
See, and that's why I could never be.
Well, if it comes out that you saw it and that you let it go,
You could get fired.
Well,
not
not
just
only
fired.
that, but you could be legally
It would-
responsible, and
yeah.
you would end up in there.
no, you would be. It would be a criminal offense, tampering with food, right? And you would be party to it, which
Got it.
is a felony, I believe.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm saying. I have no direct knowledge that this ever happened. I just want to be very clear. I never saw this.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
But it was well known that when I got hired, they said because you rotate around what block you work in.
Don't eat
Yeah.
the oatmeal.
When you're in that wing for the sex offenders, do not take the breakfast.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so when you say they keep all the sex offenders in one, that's like aggravated sexual assault on a woman in there with the Chimos as well?
Usually, yeah.
I wonder they still got to get their break speed off of them though, right? Like
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know. I've been to jail twice, and I've spent 21 hours total in jail
Pussy.
both times, and I never made it out of the holding tank.
Yeah.
That's
So-
bullshit. I've been putting Gen Pop multiple.
That's why you know, I'm always funny with Ashley because I'll talk about when I did hard time, and you know she's been at the jail fucking.
I love how you have a fucking mug shot and you've never even been out of the fucking holding tank.
I said that like it's a point of honor.
It is.
For
We have
him-
a fucking
for him,
Dude, we
merch.
sold a whole merch line of my mugshot.
Steph,
okay.
shit, Steph has
with,
one.
with the old Bohemian Chat City logo in the corner of the mugshot.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if I could get my hands on my second one, right? Because it's
Public record.
see, I don't know how to get it though.
Yeah, I want to get mine, but I don't know.
What is it? The Request Act or whatever that allow you to do
Freedom
that?
Information Act.
There you go. That one.
Okay. Yeah,
There you
see?
go, Patrick.
Okay.
2 weeks after I turned 17. Had long hair, had it pulled back, and that's why I want to get my second one because I had a shaved head and I was much older. And I want to put them right next to each other on a shirt and put the word "evolved" up above it.
Nice. Yeah,
I
I
feel like
want to
that's-
get my DUI one and my my possession of like my most amount of weed one.
Yeah. And dude, we could do like a Clinton Andy fucking
Oh,
like
absolutely.
You could get evolved on top of yours too.
Yeah.
I've
And
never
just-
been
I was
to
gonna say,
jail.
where's your mugshot?
He don't
never
have
been
one.
to jail.
He's a
Bitch.
pussy.
I was a good kid.
He well, he never got caught.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
say
it.
that.
Yeah.
So, what's the hardest part of being a police officer?
Well, real quick about the sex offenders, man. I wanted
hell
to
yeah.
add something real quick. Something that I noticed and that basically everybody that I've ever known that worked in the jail noticed the same thing too. Most of these sex offenders have a look, man. They have a look.
They look just like Marshall.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Go.
Dude, how long have we been doing this podcast? 4 years? 4 years. I've been saying, dude, you have that look. And he was like, that's a dick thing to say. Don't say that. That's not true. And to have an officer say it, dude, it's true. And
look
he's
like-
not. He's not.
No, not at all. But you look like one.
But you do kind of give off that vibe
You,
sometimes.
Patrick, you should have seen him without teeth.
Yeah, it was even worse. That was the one point of time he could never argue it.
No,
because he
no.
like
He
he's
was
like,
missing like most of the front of your teeth.
he looks less
Five.
chimosh when he actually shaves his head and cleans his beard up a little bit.
I'm lazy, so I'll like shave it on a Saturday afternoon and clean it up, and then I won't shave my head for like 3 weeks, and then I'll just randomly show up clean shaven again.
He don't look at it's not as hardcore then, but like when he's got the receding hairline really showing through, like it definitely gives chimo vibes.
Speaking of looking like motherfuckers, I almost fucking said something to you when we were texting earlier.
Why?
How's this motherfucker gonna look like the JD Vance meme?
I haven't seen it. I don't guess. Search it up.
They put
Let me see
JD's
it.
pants on everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With a fat face?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it. I mean,
I would be.
dude, he's got the hair and everything. This is why I don't grow my hair out.
Oh my god, it looks just like you.
I wouldn't say just like.
Oh my god.
Funny.
I see the resemblance. I really do.
Put
but
the fucking surface scene on for this shit.
I wouldn't say it's just like.
I didn't
like,
know you were related to JD.
Right?
couldn't-
I mean,
he couldn't be my doppelganger, but I mean, definitely could get. I could see me getting mistaken for it.
dude, I mean, I'm looking at it fucking here to
You
here.
know what that does look like though? Dave from H&D.
Yeah, I can. see
No,
that.
With
looks
those-
more
no,
like you.
No,
It does look more like you. Yes.
no
but-
bullshit.
No, I'm dead serious. It really does.
I can see the similarities though. That
Yeah.
one. Okay.
You look like the JD Vance meme.
Okay. What can I say? I got that face. I guess. I don't know.
That fat face.
Yeah. See, thank you. I don't have a big head. I have a fat face. Thank you for.
You can have
acknowledging.
both.
I don't have both though.
I mean, we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah. All right. So back to my question. What is the hardest part of being a police officer?
I guess dealing with people on the.
In general.
Well, I mean, I hate dealing with people in general usually, but a lot of times you're dealing with somebody on the worst day of their life, right? the absolute worst day of their entire life, and you're right there dealing with them. You know?
Yeah.
And not to say that how dare they call us or anything, but it's hard on both parties. I'd say it's hard on them to have to go through what they're going through, and it's hard on us to try to support them through that problem, right? So, when someone is had a family member die, we try to help them through that. When someone has just been raped, try to help them through that.
Shit, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot. Like, that's the thing is you see a lot of, like, videos of, like, traffic stops gone wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like nowadays has desensitized people to police officers, right? Because, like, not only because my wife works at the jail or anything, but, like, I've always been a huge supporter of police officers. Just because you don't understand the things that y'all go through. Like, people don't stop to realize, like, when the whole Dallas shooting thing happened, right? Everybody was like, fuck the cops. The cops deserve to die, all that. And I was like, dude, you don't realize that's somebody's fucking husband. That's somebody's wife. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's...
Regardless of their
dad.
Profession.
Yeah, like you don't understand how hard it is and that y'all go out there and put your fucking life on the line. It's like because let's be honest, it's not always the victim that y'all have to deal with. It's the perp. And they're in a fight or flight and it's their life or yours. They're going to try and take your life to try and get away. People don't stop to think about that. That you willingly put your life on the line to just keep order. And I feel like that's what's desensitized. All these stupid fucking videos that come out and just show like I'm not going to say there aren't excessive cops out there.
Yeah.
Like
there absolutely are,
But
my favorite fucking videos to watch though are the fucking sovereign citizen ones.
The
Yeah.
First Amendment.
Yeah.
auditors.
I'm not fucking driving, I'm traveling.
Yeah. Have you encountered one of those?
Oh yeah, I just got to wait for that magic phrase to make me turn around and walk away. It's like, oh, he said the magic words. I got to go now. I just got to wait for that.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, no, that shit, watching them fucking get their shit fucking kicked in.
Do you ever watch those on YouTube? Like, do you know the big ones?
I've watched tons, like maybe hundreds, maybe even
He's
more.
sitting at home watching home video shit.
So, Amagassett Press, you know what I'm talking about? Bald dude, big beard, always out with his son.
Yeah.
Like, he does that shit, and it annoys me, but I'm so fucking addicted to it, right?
It's hilarious.
And it's not like him educating the police officers. It's him and the business owners is what gets me. But like as a police officer, that's got to be annoying as fuck.
Yeah. No, I watch those videos and I enjoy watching the videos to see how the police officers respond. And I do my own little internal critique of,
Sorry. Do you need another one?
No, I still got mine.
Okay. Now he's got a police officer here. You don't want to have more than one. Next thing you know, Patrick's gonna call in a buddy, call in a favor. Hey, there's a little red Chevy Colorado driving out. You might want to pull him over and check him. I'd fucking do it if I was a cop, dude. I'd fuck with my friends all the time.
We could get a fucking mugshot.
How committed to making a shirt are you?
I'm just saying.
Bro,
Nope.
I'll bail you out.
Bullshit.
I'll bond you out.
Ashley
I'm
would
gonna
not
bail you.
let you do any of that.
I will if it was my fault.
Ashley would be like, "No, that motherfucker. I don't care. Let him sit there."
No, I think if it was his fault, she'd let him. He could use the DDA.
Would you go in 10% with me?
No, I can't do that right now.
I'll get you out.
I'll tell you what.
I'll put some money on your commissary.
No, I'll do more than that.
I'll tell you what.
I'll pay the bondsman.
We ride it all out and sign a legally binding contract that you will pay to bond me out
And you'll get arrested?
and my fees. I'll do it.
Let's
Will you
fucking go.
hit
All fees.
That's a lot of fees.
That's a lot
All
of fees.
fees.
No, I don't want to pay all fees.
Then I ain't
I'm
doing
just
it.
paying to get you out.
Nope. You got to pay. You got to pay to get me out. You got to pay the lawyer.
I can't do
You got to
that.
pay the court cost. You got to pay all of it.
Well, okay. So what if we come up with something that is easily fixable, like a fucking insurance ticket or something, or an insurance? Because we just got to find the right cop that's pissed off that'll arrest you for mouthing off to him with no
Criminal
insurance.
trespass. You have no priors? I could probably handle that. It'd be fucking
Something that you could get
But you also
overturned
have
or
to
something.
think, I'm
It'd probably be
37.
$250 to get you out on bond, and then no priors. We'll take the plea deal, right? And you'll do 6 months deferred adjudication, and you'll have to pay like $500 in fees. I can handle that. I got you on that. We just got to find the right place of criminal trespass. Why don't we do it at my house? I'll call it in, and then I'll pay to get you out. Just keep it all in network.
That's a little suspicious.
How bad do you want to get this fucking mugshot shirt?
Pretty bad. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying it's a little suspicious.
See, I'm 37. I can't.
You'll spend less than it. I will pay your bondsman. We'll hide out, right? I'll make I'll call it in, you know.
You better tell your wife what's happening first, and she better sign these documents too.
It's getting too legal.
That's exactly. I'm making it legal as fuck.
Fuck
'Cause
yeah.
I don't want to wake up tomorrow and be like, I don't want to do this, and then be
Obligated.
contractually obligated.
That's the only
obligated
way,
to do
That's
it.
the only way I'm getting a mugshot is if both of you or you and your wife sign legal documentation stating that we are in a contractual agreement for this reason.
When do you go on shift next? I think it'd be funnier to have you arrested.
This sounds like too much of a fake mugshot. If you want to do a fake mugshot, just do a fake mugshot.
No,
You don't
we-
have to set
we
up
want-
a-
No,
a
we want
fake
the
arrest.
real fucking
No, we want a
mugshot.
real arrest.
He's gotta
We
earn
want
it.
the real
At what
mugshot.
point does it stop being a real arrest when you've arranged the whole thing, right? Like it's no longer a real.
But see, now we're
arrest.
getting too
Okay.
far into technicalities.
Yeah.
And we're not a podcast that goes off technicality. Except for when we're trying to prove Marshall wrong. Then we'll technicality the shit out of
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. I don't know.
We'll revisit.
We'll shelf this for now. And then
I'm just trying to figure out which is the easiest ticket to get overturned.
I mean,
I will always.
you're not wrong though. I guess it is kind of but in a sense, it would still be a real arrest though, because he's actually getting arrested.
Yeah, but
We're
then
just-
you have to, think about how it was a fake setup from the beginning. And,
see. But then
But
I
then
could
I
get
could
in
say
trouble
it
with
was
that.
in-
no street cred
entrapment.
and it's a fake thing.
Then I could say it was entrapment.
Fuck, he could.
Once we get the law involved, it's entrapment at that
Shit.
point.
God damn it, Marshall. Why are you going to ruin shit?
It technically wouldn't be entrapment, but
Oh, well, see? No, fuck you then.
entrapment's where law enforcement forces
Yeah.
you into committing a crime.
Correct. Yeah. No,
Well,
I
we're
know
not
that.
law enforcement, so go fuck yourself.
All I got to prove is there was something agreed to.
No.
Trust me.
You ain't got to prove shit. There ain't no proof of it. Stop recording.
So,
I'm not getting a mugshot. Not unless I
Okay.
just accidentally somehow end up with one. I'm
well,
not going to do it on purpose.
You're quite stupid. You'll trip up eventually, and
You
when
want
it
another beer?
happens- or 3? You want a shot?
I think we got some of them little bottles still.
No. Those were horrible.
Oh, God, they were so fucking bad. Jesus, they were so terrible. I don't even remember what half of them were, but they were bad.
Oh, for your birth, or was
For
it
my
no?
birthday.
Yeah,
His
your
birthday.
birthday.
When we,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah. It was,
for his birthday, we shoved a pinata full of miniature liquor bottles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He got absolutely obliterated.
I had a designated driver.
he did. Who was that? Was it me? That's I couldn't remember. I assumed it.
I got
was me.
drunk.
dude.
I mean, I'm not
I
saying
had, I had no fucking business driving last night, but I did.
Right on.
But it was literally from Beverly's to my house.
Oh.
So
Yeah, you're fine.
yeah, dude, I've got to slow down on my Saturday nights because I keep waking up Sunday morning to go to church with a hangover.
Yeah, that's gotta
And,
suck.
Yeah, the last thing you want to hear is a dude preach at you for 40 minutes while you're hungover.
Oh, bro, I wouldn't fucking go.
I'm like, where were you last night? He would have stopped me from beer 11 and 13. Like,
Jeez.
dude, well, see, the problem was I blame Ashley, okay? Because she bought my beer last night, and I didn't realize she bought an 18-pack.
Okay.
So I usually stop when I've got 3 left. You know? It's just enough because that's 9 beers throughout a long night that,
That's not bad.
I've got a good buzz going on, but I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
That's usually on a 12-pack. She got an 18-pack. Did not realize. They look very similar.
They
They
do.
look even
They
more
do.
similar when you dump them all into your cooler.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was like, I got 3 beers left. I've had 15 beers. Did not realize. And then I got up this morning to unload her car,
Yeah.
and I pulled the box out, and I got to looking, and I was like, "Fuck!"
This bitch roofied me.
yeah. Hashtag survivor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was. I tied one off a little too hard last night,
You normally do on Saturday.
dude. I don't know, man.
Then you had to do yard work all day today.
Dude, I did yard work all day yesterday too.
Oh.
This
that
has been
made
a
the beer-
2-day fucking
Well, that
project.
made the beer taste better.
Yeah, last night, 100%. They
yeah.
definitely went down smoother.
Yeah.
That we went to a crawfish boil. So we first went to a crawfish boil. And I started drinking there just because there was a bunch of people I didn't know, and I was like, my anxiety is not going to allow me to enjoy this.
Unless I've got a few in.
So I got my liquid.
Courage.
Not courage. I didn't need courage. I'm trying to think of the drug that.
Morphine, heroin,
No,
crack,
no,
meth.
not that drug. Like
weed.
prescription drug. What is the?
Lexapro?
No, well, no, because that's not a narcotic.
Oxycontin?
No, close.
Lorazepam.
We're getting there. We're getting there, but no,
Hydrocodone?
no. Now we're getting
Xanax.
colder. Xanax, thank you. Fuck yeah. So that's what I
We
call.
get it eventually.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, with these two,
Yeah, it's like between the
we got
the
a
four of us.
Rolodex of drugs.
Yeah.
Bars.
Yeah, so I call beer my liquid Xanax because usually I can't have fun at outings that I don't know people
Yeah.
because of my anxiety. I'm like, I don't fucking like this, so I call it my liquid Xanax because after about 2 beers, I'll talk to everybody. You know, so we got there and I put 6. I had my little cooler and then I had my big cooler, right? So I took 6 out of the big cooler and put it in the little cooler just so we could take it up there, and I'm not willing my trail mate up there.
I'd have taken the big cooler. Been like, fuck all of you.
I didn't want to have to unload it and load it because Ashley's not going to help me, and that motherfucker gets heavy when you got fucking 18 plus 12 beers. I don't know what that is. 30? 30, thank you.
and
Really?
ice.
That's
Dude, you know what? Fuck you.
And ice on top of that. Yeah.
you fucking drain the bitch and you put it in the fucking vehicle.
No, I'm talking about with the amount. Have you not seen my trail mate?
It's
a
it's
big
that
fucking
fancy fucking one.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
motherfucker gets
if
heavy
you can't
with
lift
beer
that,
and
you're
ice.
a pussy.
I can, but I don't want to more than I have to.
Well, then you're a pussy.
You know, fuck you.
I'm just saying.
You get
I don't make the rules. That's just how it is.
This is what typically happens.
Yeah, this is,
These two just go back and forth. And
and then eventually it'll turn to them two, and then it'll turn to us two.
It's just a big threesome all the way around.
Yeah, we just constantly fight. So, which blows my mind that we call this brohemian chat too, when we hardly ever act like bros.
Well, I mean,
We kind of do act
I
like
was
bros.
gonna-
yeah.
I was going to say, if you
Shut
can't.
up, Marshall. Nobody was asking you.
See?
He
There you go.
makes a good point.
That's why it's Brohemian.
Who, me or him?
You.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about what are the biggest differences you've seen in policing over the last like decade. You know, I guess since camera phones are real prevalent, and
Yeah.
do you have the body cam?
Yeah.
that you have to wear.
Yeah.
Is that mandatory for every precinct now, or is that still up to their discretion?
It's still up to the department, but it's almost everybody does it because it protects the officer.
Yeah,
In fact, a lot of Black Lives Matter protests now are protesting the cameras because the cameras, they say, make them look bad.
they don't really
They
need
don't
help
want
with
cops-
that one.
A lot of
Yeah.
protesters, people are saying they don't want cops to wear cameras anymore because the cameras show things that are racist, right? So that's what they say.
They showed the 4 minutes leading up to the videos that they post of the excessive force,
Of the cops beating their fucking asses,
but not
'Cause-
the 4 minutes before where there was legit resisting.
throwing Molotovs at them and shit.
Yeah, fucking throwing haymakers and shit like that. Like, I agree with the body cam. I really do.
I'm a proponent of body cameras, but one thing that's changed for sure is, before, cameras were very rare. Now, every time you talk to somebody, that someone wants to stick a phone in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
not-
you
it's not
can't.
even
Yeah,
polite
I'm sure
either.
you can't even get out of the fucking car without somebody pulling their fucking phone.
Oh
out.
yeah, there's many times I've been on a traffic stop, and as soon as I walk through the window, it's this. Right in my face. It's like,
Yes.
I don't mind you recording, but please move the phone away from my face.
That's so
Yeah.
fucking stupid. I hate that shit.
I get it from both sides. Like you said, like it for one, it is their right to record. It does,
If you're gonna go that far, get a dash cam.
Exactly. I don't disagree with that at all. But at the same time, like this, putting it right in your face is trying to trigger you. That's not.
Very
That's not
antagonistic.
Yeah.
No,
like
that they're absolutely doing it on purpose. They're
Yes.
trying to cause a problem.
Now,
Yeah.
if I've got my phone on my dash holder and I turn the camera on and hit record,
And then just kind of like
I-
fucking turn it or
and
something.
just where it's facing both
Or-
of us, and on top of that, I don't technically have to. I don't think tell you that I'm recording. Because we're in a public area.
This is a
so
single party state, so there's no permission required for recording.
exactly.
Yeah. But even still, say I'm
hear
in
that, ladies?
I'm in the car, you're outside the window. Like this right here, me just recording like this is not going to antagonize you.
Not at all.
It would not deter you from doing your job at all. But me putting my phone in your face, I can see that, like, dude, come on, let's be civil. Let's be adults.
You accidentally bump it. Oh no.
But then they
Yeah,
try and
I
file
know.
a complaint
I
about
know.
destruction of property.
Oh, dude, I work for the fucking government. We get complaints daily.
Well, y'all got to quit running over mailboxes.
We don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't even get me started on your fucking job right now, because I've got a package that has come and gone from Fort Worth to Indianapolis 4 times.
It do that.
4 fucking times. Why? Why in the fuck does it have to go from Indiana? And it didn't even ship from Indianapolis. So why in the fuck is it going there in the first place? Especially if it comes from Pennsylvania straight to Fort Worth. Why in the fuck is it going back to Indianapolis, back to Fort Worth, back to Indianapolis, and then back to Fort Worth today when it was supposed to be delivered Friday? No. Hold on. It was supposed to be delivered Thursday, and then it switched to Friday, and now it's saying tomorrow, and I don't even know if it's going to fucking show up tomorrow, man. Fuck your job. Y'all are some assholes. Not you specifically. I love you, but
And that's why we do it, because it triggers people like you, and we are some sadistic fucking assholes.
it's a dick move, isn't it?
Well, just wait for Trump and Elon to take care of that. You know?
Yeah, I mean we're about to lose fucking 10,000 people anyway, so
Good.
fuck it.
Good.
Department of Government Efficiency. Is your job efficient,
Fucking-
Clint?
That's never efficient with
I've
anything.
just pointed out the inefficiencies of your job. Quit sending my shit after it gets to Fort Worth.
Hey.
Send it to Rio Vista, and don't send it to Indianapolis.
Hey, I just deliver the shit, man. I don't fucking have no control
Sorry.
over when it gets to the office or what.
I bought Jackson some basketball shoes because he had a tryout Friday, and I bought it with more than enough time for it to get here in time. And our lovely government fucking employees
You're
somehow
welcome.
to fuck that up and be like, no, he's got to use old ones.
Well, what I think's funny is sometimes, like when I order a phone for a new hire, it comes out of I think it's like Grapevine or something like that, and then it goes to Mansfield, and then it'll go to Fort Worth. Then it'll go over to like Dallas, and then it'll come to my office.
Yeah, that
So
sounds
stupid.
about right.
So stupid.
That sounds about right.
See,
I'm
cops,
like-
cops shouldn't be the most hated people in the world.
The
It should be the
Postal
Postal
Service.
Service.
Why do you think there's such a high suicide rate in this job?
I get that.
Yeah. Dude, we get fucking I had a fucking lady on Saturday.
Dude,
God.
say that again. That line again, because Marshall's going to need a clearer one, because that's not. You
I
say
had a
you
lady on
had
Saturday.
You had a lady on Saturday. It sounded like you hit a lady on Saturday. And being a postal worker,
I mean,
that's not far fetched.
I'm not saying I haven't been in 2 wrecks already, but
My postal carrier today,
Today, you got mail running on Sunday.
I got an Amazon package.
yeah,
Oh.
we do Amazon. Well,
He-
they do Amazon on Sunday. We don't fucking do it.
He got out of his truck, dropped my package off on the porch, walked back to his truck, grabbed something else, and walked across the street. Motherfucker left the truck running.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be fun, but that
Oh,
would create a mugshot, and I don't want it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to leave it running, but everybody does because it's a fucking hassle to turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. It's fucking stupid. You're supposed to wear your seatbelt all the time, but yeah.
So what is the most ridiculous calls that you get?
Oh, there's too many ridiculous calls. People call the police for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, any kind of little problem that they have, they call the police to try to get some authority to agree with their side of the argument.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like the
stupid
noise complaint ones are the most
Yeah, I mean, unless
Like-
you get that cop like we got.
The sheriff,
Yeah.
and then come out and shredded fucking He Is Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude was cool. That dude was cool.
You talking about back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael,
Was that his name?
the deputy for Johnson County.
Big,
Yeah,
big
big
burly
dude.
dude?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Smith. Yeah.
Is he still there?
He works. He recently left the sheriff's department, went to a city. different
Okay.
city. So he's still a police officer. He's still my friends on my Facebook. So.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Right
Dude.
on.
That dude, he showed up and I was like, fuck, man, we're gonna have to stop. And he was like, no, man, what do you say? He was like, you literally have to land a Black Hawk helicopter in the backyard for it to actually hit the decibels where I have to shut you down.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was like, I just have to come out here and show face because we did get called.
Yeah.
And then he grabbed a guitar. I think it was BJ's.
No, BJ started
yeah.
shredding He Is Legend.
Yeah, that's
and
what it
dude's
was.
like, He Is Legend, nice.
That's what it was. And we were like, what the
we
fuck?
all freaked the fuck out.
Yeah. But no, he played guitar too.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. He
Dude, I'm
bata-
lucky
no,
if I remember
yeah,
yesterday.
he played, you remembered a hell of a lot of that. Give yourself a little more credit.
I get bits and pieces.
He was playing Metallica.
Sure.
That's what it was. Yeah, that dude was awesome.
He was a big metalhead.
Yeah,
he
he
still
was.
is. He still is a big metalhead. But man, he used to come out here all the time.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
neighbors would call the police right here.
Yeah.
right behind us. They would
Yeah.
call the police like every weekend until they eventually moved, and then they blamed us for moving. You remember you don't remember that, Clint? Like,
Oh no, I remember
They made
that.
it very
I
clear.
just don't give a fuck.
they said you are the reason we are moving out.
Yeah.
we are moving out. We're selling this house because of you.
Dude showed up with a
Okay.
gun
Okay,
one day.
bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude showed up with a fucking gun one day because we were being so loud. And we weren't we were being fucking just normal loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking stupid. I'm glad Pete moved in. He's a good neighbor, but
Dude, I'm surprised they didn't call on us that night that we were all out here partying, not even playing, but partying. The
Yeah.
night I got so drunk, I tried marrying Ashley then. Remember that?
unfortunately.
Yeah, that was legit though. That was a good night. Cause that motherfucker, that got crazy
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into a segment I like to call Let's Ask Clint.
The claps. There we go.
All right, Clint. If poison expires, does it become more poisonous or no longer poisonous?
I don't know if poison does expire. Does poison expire? Hold on, I got to Google this. Because I know there's a logical answer for this.
So the segment's basically I ask Clint.
And he Googles it.
No, most
No,
of the time
no.
I just kind of know it.
Yeah, we look for his because
Yes,
know,
poison
Clint,
ex-
he has a way of bullshitting some logic that makes you go, oh, fuck,
yeah.
that could be real.
Yeah.
Like, so I started getting these brain teaser questions that I would ask him, and it just turned into a segment of I ask him brain teaser questions just to see what his response is.
Yeah, fucking poisons, they get worse over time.
They get more poisonous?
no,
they
no,
get-
no.
Oh,
Less effective.
Oh,
Yeah,
less effective.
yeah.
Okay.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Okay. Wouldn't a fireman be better known as a waterman?
No, because he's fighting the fire.
Yeah, but he's fighting the fire with water. So would he
True.
be a waterman?
No, that's somebody that brings you water on the football field.
No, that's a water boy.
No, I mean, he can be a man. He might have gotten, he grew a little. But they're fighting the fire. That's, yeah.
All right. This one I really, really am looking forward to hearing your fucking response on. Who knew what time it was when the first clock was invented?
Bro, you didn't even have to fucking finish that. Like, what the fuck? Who fucking decided that shit?
Yeah.
Didn't we used to have a 13-hour day?
I don't know.
Maybe in the timeline.
Not in my lifetime.
Maybe
Obviously.
maybe in the timeline before the Mandela effect fracture.
No, there was a 13-month year, not a 13-hour day.
There it is. So
But still, who the fuck? 1, 2, 3. How fucking boring could that have been? No, this is getting Googled. Who invented time?
do you really want to open that Pandora's box?
I might.
It's a sundial, man. The sun.
We were really trying not to go religious with this, right?
Yes, we were really trying not to go that route.
There you go. Fuck it. Let's see what comes up.
Time as a concept, man, was invented but discovered and refined by humans. Well, no fucking fucking shit.
I love how he
No
was trying to go
fucking
stoner on
shit.
that, but that wasn't the answer he wanted.
Yeah. Furthermore, no single person discovered time, as it is a concept that emerged gradually in human consciousness. Natural phenomenon predates humanity, one that various ancient
So,
civilizations began to observe
all right,
and measure independently.
a better question to ask to answer or to Google to answer the question I asked you is who invented the clock? Because we just want to know who knew what time it was when the first clock was invented.
But still, so time just happens.
Well, no, you measure the movement of the sun in the day, right?
Yeah,
But-
that's Indians that did that shit.
You know, it takes 24 hours for the sun to do a full cycle from noon, high noon.
But who came
to
up
high
with the
noon.
fucking hour? These motherfuckers, the ancient Egyptians, apparently, are seen as the originators of the 24-hour day, the New Kingdom, which lasted from 1550 to 1070 BC. Why is it going backwards?
It's not. It's the.
That's BC.
Saw the introduction of a time system using 24 stars, 12 of which were used to mark the passage of the night. Hours were of different length, however, as summer hours were longer than winter hours, which is part of why we have daylight savings time.
All right, let's move on. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna fucking rabbit hole down that, dude.
I have two more to ask you, and I feel like, so why do they call it quicksand if it sucks you down slowly?
I don't think it does, actually. Like, I don't think it's as slow as you would think. Like, it's not like movie slow, because you're going at a steady pace. Like, it's not just barely fucking throw me a rope, and you can't actually drown in quicksand. It's only going to displace enough to hold your mass.
What? You could still go head under, though, right?
He's
No.
saying that there's a buoyancy level that you can't cross.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't drown in quicksand.
All right. Well, fuck.
Yeah. All them fucking movies and TV shows and shit. Yeah, no, it's bullshit.
At the last second, your hand's grabbing the rope and
Yeah.
your whole body's underneath you.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. The more you know.
So you can't be pulled all the way under in quicksand.
I mean, I'm sure you could somehow, but
So is the whole "the more you struggle within quicksand" not true then?
yes,
Yes.
and no.
Yeah.
Because the more you struggle, the more you displace.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So that's what I'm asking, because 90% of people are going to be freaking the fuck out that they're sinking. Regardless of whether it's sand, water, air, I don't care what you're submerged in.
If you're a bitch.
90% of people are going to freak out.
Hand me a beer. I'm going to be here for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like, I'm chilling.
Like,
I mean, I'm just saying,
oh
because
no, I can't
because of
go
a-
to work.
at a certain point, you're not going to drown specifically, but you will suffocate, because eventually you're going to suck in and breathe in enough air. It's going to clog you up. You're not going to be able to grasp any more air.
Don't put drown, because quicksand's not liquid.
No,
He's right. It's suffocate. Can you suffocate?
How about die?
There you go.
That's what I put.
Yeah.
Look, you can tell they've been best friends for a while.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I put it with a U. It
Okay.
is extremely unlikely that someone will drown or drown, bitch. You don't fucking know shit. To be completely swallowed by quicksand. However, getting stuck can pose real threats, such as drowning during high tide or succumbing to the elements.
So not necessarily drowning in the quicksand, but being stuck while high tide comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're walking on the beach and you take a step and some wet ground, your fucking foot sinks down in it, that's basically quicksand.
Well, I get the concept and understand what quicksand is.
I don't think you fucking
All you
do.
had to fucking do was say yes or no, you cocksucking motherfucker.
No, I had to prove you extremely wrong because you're stupid and I fucking hate you.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready for the last one?
Yeah.
All right. If a pack of gum says it's 5 calories, is that for chewing it, or do you have to swallow it for that to count?
I already have my answer.
Maybe it's 5 calories of weight. Can calorie be a weight? I would think, I mean, anything can be a weight, technically.
I would say that's chewing it. Personally, that's my thought.
But you don't think you would burn as many calories chewing it as the piece of gum is?
Well,
Giving
you said a pack of gum is 5 calories, right? Or did you say each piece?
If a pack of gum says it's 5 calories, typically that means per stick.
What kind of bullshit gum are you buying that's
I
only
don't know.
got 5
Calorie
fucking
per
sticks?
serving is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are those calories from chewing it, or do you have to swallow it for the calories to count?
I don't know.
That would depend on how they regulate, I guess, on the product, right?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, it all
thinking
depends.
right
It depends
there.
because like how much sugar is in it, all the different things they make the gum with, because that stuff gets mixed into your saliva as you're chewing. And typically, when you're chewing gum, at a certain point, you're swallowing saliva, so it's possible that those calories.
No, don't turn the mic off. He's spitting logic. That shit's logic.
I know he is.
So it's possible that those calories could count just from chewing.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
But see,
No,
that's,
that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, and I guess it doesn't matter if you're chewing it. If that's burning those calories, you're still getting that amount of calories off of it, whether you know what I'm saying?
That's my thought.
Plus, I had to cut him because he was getting too real and the government was going to intervene.
But it also could be that the FDA regulates that the entire mass of the product that's edible, go on the information package.
True.
Yeah.
So
I was not prepared to have 2 Clints. I appreciate it. You're all spitting logic, and that's why I ask these questions in a segment I like to call Let's Ask Clint.
The clamps.
I like the Futurama.
You guys want to get into these videos we got?
Before we do, let me ask him, because once we get in the videos, I don't know that any more questions we'll ask. By the way, thank you for coming on. I know.
Yeah, and I know it was short notice. I appreciate you coming out here, dude.
When you asked me, I didn't think you were having one come out today.
Oh, yeah. No, well, he had called me yesterday, and we hadn't talked in, probably 6 years.
Well, you're a career criminal. I wouldn't want to talk to you very much either.
It's not a career, okay? It's a part-time job.
I don't know. It takes up a lot of your time sometimes.
Yeah, but that's the ones I don't get caught with. It's still a part-time job.
Anyways, he called you yesterday.
Yeah, just and shit, we talked for probably fucking
Over an hour.
yeah. I was out working and I was fucking throwing mail and we were catching up and shit, and I'd mentioned the podcast and it hit me as I mentioned it, and I was like, well, shit. I know Andy's been looking for a cop to come on. I know Patrick's a cop.
Yeah. Which is, I knew it was going to be a hard get to get an actual cop, like without us having this connection.
Well, if I wasn't friends with Clint for decades, I would not be here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah,
I
that's
explained
true.
why before the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I knew the cop, like the 2 that I'm looking for that I knew were going to be the hardest to find is a masseuse or massage therapist.
I want him to find one of them.
well, you didn't. Oh, I guess you don't remember, do you?
Oh, no, I do. He used to be one.
Oh shit! Well,
Yeah.
you've already tackled 2 of mine. So
I know.
I don't know. Please don't get me down the rabbit hole, because I got a lot of, which is
Actually, I do have
a lot of my questions are for female masseuses.
Okay.
You know, because I know a male masseuse is not going to be asked for a rub and tug
You don't know that.
as much as a female would. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that the shop in Burleson opened back up.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah.
Same
Which one?
owners?
Huh?
Same owners?
I think so.
Uh-oh.
Which one?
The one over there by
The bingo hall?
no. Well, yeah, it's by the bingo hall and by the tattoo shop.
There's a few. Are you talking about the Asian one?
Yeah.
They're all Asian ones,
Obviously,
aren't they?
yeah.
Okay. There's 3 of them in Burleson. 2 of them been shut down.
I think
For rub and tugs?
yeah.
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 That's the
I
one
told
we're
you
trying to
about that.
find.
Yeah.
We're still pissed off. We didn't know about them before they closed.
Like I had
Not saying I would go to one.
oh, 100% would go to one. Just
Not saying
just
I
for the
would go to
experience.
one.
There's quite a few in the area.
Really?
We're gonna have to talk to you after the after the
I'm so
podcast.
I'm so out of that realm. I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't either.
You don't want
And
them to
my
get
thing
shut.
is here's my thought process on it. I would never get massages. Like, Ashley don't even, like, there's been times I've come in and my feet have hurt so bad, and she's like, "Do you want me to rub them for you?" I'm like, "Bitch, if you touch my feet, we're fighting." Like, no, do not touch my
Oh no, I'm
fucking
right
feet.
there. Both me and Steph are right there
Well,
fucking with you, dude.
It's not because it grosses me out, but I'm super ticklish on my feet and I don't like it.
And on top of that, Ashley would actually start like a real massage, but it would end up with her fucking with him. At the
No,
end
she
of
would
it.
legit rub my foot, like in those cases, because she don't offer it
Yeah, that's
ever.
true.
But so I don't ever get massages, so I would never think to go to a massage parlor. And then on top of that, it's that awkward, like my anxiety wouldn't let me just be like, hey,
Nope, I'm rolling over rock hard.
you know,
The sad
just let
thing
the
is,
dick do all the talking.
but
Yep.
they wouldn't even notice. It's okay.
It's like I wouldn't know how to even go about being like, hey, how's a guy get a happy ending around here without it being funny? And then like the thought of being shut down because it is actually a legit massage, you know, like that would cripple me fucking mentally.
Well, and that's the thing. It didn't get shut down originally because it was a massage parlor. It got shut down for human trafficking.
Is that yeah? I don't know. So that whole thought process actually scares me to my core.
Oh, I would
But
in a heartbeat.
it's funny that it's fun to joke about.
Oh, absolutely. And do.
I 100%. Honestly, out of the three of us, you would be the one to do it.
Yeah.
Before either one of us.
Yeah, 100%.
Pussies.
If y'all want to know more about it, I'll tell you afterwards.
Yes,
Obviously.
100%. But so a female massage therapist has been hard to get on because
Yeah, it is.
I want to know those types of questions. You know, like I want to know like how often do you get approached for a happy ending? You know, how do you?
How often do you do it?
No.
Were you
no.
ever propositioned to give happy endings at any point in time?
Yeah.
Female or male?
Male.
Both. What male?
Well,
No female. I see, and that's another thing. I want to know if females are out there trying to get that bean flicked. You know,
I'm sure there are.
I'm sure there are too. Yeah.
I don't.
They're
I don't.
probably not the best looking females.
Oh, they can't be. You know how easy it is for a woman to get sex.
Pretty
Dude,
fucking easy. We've been over this before. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
so like it has to take a special breed of woman to be so desperate that she goes to a massage therapist. Now, I would get if she went to a male one, like if a
Bitch
woman
knows
come to
what
you
she wants.
and she saw you and she was physically attracted to you, she might proposition you, hey, you want to flick this bean real quick? And then that's on you to decide, you know what? I ain't even going to charge this bitch. She looks good enough. You know what I'm saying? See, that'd be my problem. I wouldn't charge them. I'd be like, fuck it.
I feel like
fuck that. The bitch, that's
I'd be
$50 right there.
I'd be busting hits from the 80s and 90s on that motherfucker.
Wow.
You know, I'd be running that motherfucker like a DJ. And be like,
Jesus.
Marinara?
You're so fucking stupid.
Oh, shit.
So, do you have any more questions, or
I don't even remember my original one.
Fuck, I don't
fuck
either.
if I know?
I do because I didn't actually ask it yet. All right. So what is the biggest misconception about cops that you feel personally?
it's hard to think of a single misconception. I mean, you know,
Is it though, Patrick?
Like the most, all right, the most common one.
I mean, the one you hear the most of now is that, you know, all cops are bad, right? Like all cops are
ACAB, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
that shit.
all cops are bastards, you know, all cops are racist, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all individuals. You know,
Yeah.
there's good and bad. There's people in between. There's people that are, you know, burnt out. People that are, you know, ready to go save the world. There's all walks of life in police. There's millions of police officers in the United States.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that all police are any one thing when there's millions of them. You know, I mean, there's guys that are, you know, in their 60s that are still cops. There's guys that are 21 that are cops. You couldn't be more different between the two of them sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's
You got some cop running out there fucking saying skibbity toilet and shit.
Do you see a lot of difference between like policing from like the older generation to like newer generation cops on how they police?
Yeah. The older guys, you know, it's hard for them to adjust, man. You know, and I gotta say
Shit, they
that,
probably can't even understand half the shit these fucking kids say nowadays.
yeah. Even I struggle. I struggle with all this shit. So
If I didn't have fucking teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't fucking know.
I don't know.
100%.
It's probably not the most politically correct thing, but it's borderline enough that I'm willing to say it. That policing was better when it wasn't so much political correctness, when it wasn't so much nanny state that we are now today.
I don't disagree at all.
Like for so, I want to say like y'all familiar with Hewlin Mall?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Hewlin
yeah.
Mall back in the late 80s, early 90s, it was gang territory.
It
My
kind of
dad-
is now again.
Yeah,
Or-
for a while it wasn't, but the malls are kind of dying and the gangs are kind of moving back in a little bit. So it was gang territory, and there was a lot of riots there all the time, and that was my dad's division whenever he worked for 4 PD. And there was one incident that he likes to tell. He was the sergeant on duty for the night shift out there, and there was a big gang war over there. And 4 PD units patrol, they go over there, and there's way too many guys. Just a huge crowd. They can't do anything. They're all standing in a line, and no one's willing to stop the riot that's basically going on. They're destroying stuff. They're yelling and saying, fuck the cops and all that stuff. So they call my dad out, the supervisor. He gets on scene, and they're doing their dance. Like, what are y'all gonna do? And my dad gets his baton out, does this with his baton. Straightens the little snap out once. Goes over to the guy that's making the biggest noise. Cracks him right over the fucking head. Hits him as hard as he could. Guy goes down, bleeding on the concrete. Riot was over right then and there.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Hell yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you about this. What about these so-called peaceful protest people that like to sit across lanes of traffic?
Arrest every single one of those motherfuckers.
Thank God.
And I
That's
know
just a speed bump for me.
you're starting to see a lot more videos come up of cops like,
They're tired of people's shit. Like, if you want to peacefully protest, don't fucking sit in the middle of the damn street.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. The whole point of assembly, the First Amendment, peaceful assembly,
Yeah, because at that point you're
It's
no
not
longer.
peaceful.
Yeah, you're
It's
no
not
longer
peaceful.
peaceful. You
and it's
want
illegal to
disrupt
impede the right of way of traffic.
Yeah,
no,
like I
I
said,
don't-
that's just a speed bump.
Oh, y'all know how I feel about impeding traffic. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Every single one of those guys, I would hook every single person up that's sitting in the road. Every
Bring
single
on the paddy wagon.
yeah.
And when it comes to protests that are taking over streets, I'm of the rights of vehicles.
Oh, absolutely, because they're going to win every time.
Yeah, no. If they're changing laws in several conservative states, like Florida's for one of them. If you're in the middle of, if you're in your vehicle and you're driving into a protest that's taking over the highway, and you end up running over protesters, you're immune from prosecution.
Nice.
So
I
Like
Who
I'm,
wants to
I'm-
move to Florida with me?
for real.
I agree with that, but I'm also like, I'm not like home dude that was in Texas not too long ago that fucking plowed through a parade.
Yeah,
That's different.
Well, I would pull up to them and stop to let them do whatever they're gonna do.
No.
But if you're holding me for a certain stop or whatever, just because I'm not gonna plow through you, but I'm gonna stop and give you a second to realize I'm in a fucking truck. All right, you made your point. Now get the fuck out of the way. And if you're not, then I'm gonna start inching forward, let you know, hey, you're about to get it. You're gonna get,
They're going to see me coming.
and then boom.
yeah, there's hundreds of videos of cars slowly rolling up to where they are, and there's no conversation, right? They immediately start screaming, throwing bottles at the car.
Yeah.
They start banging on it. Somebody jumps on your hood.
I'm scared shitless. Fuck you. I'm out.
Exactly.
The problem is,
I
is
I
ain't
was
slowing
fleeing.
down.
I am fleeing for my life at that point.
we as a nation just doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. We as a nation have allowed this generation past us, right? Because I'm assuming you're about the same age as us.
Yeah.
So we have allowed them to think that it's okay to just act however the fuck you want. Like they got this mentality of everybody's thought is the right thought until it's not, it doesn't share their agenda. And then that's when these protests happen and they act like a fucking idiot instead of actually peacefully protesting what they're mad about.
Yeah.
Like when the Floyd thing happened. If you look at most of those riots and BLM protests, most of them were fucking 20-year-old white kids.
The summer of love.
Yeah. Like it was not even black people for the majority that were out there protesting.
It was depending on where you were.
I was out there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of white liberals that were ready to go to town on.
They just want to
Oh, yeah.
complain.
Yeah.
Like they want, I don't know, man. They want the smoke, but they don't want confrontation. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be heard, but they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And so I'm right there with Florida. Fucking if they're impeding traffic, fucking plow those motherfuckers down. It'll only take one situation to happen for them to rethink about how they do this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I do 90 down the highway. I don't give a fuck. You're in my way. You're in my way.
he's gonna fucking run
How
over
he
some old
still has
granny
a
on a
license
walker.
surprises
She
me.
came in. She was in the crosswalk, and I couldn't fucking stop. Fuck her.
Pretty much. Bitch, you better get out the fucking way.
Dude, Ashley's like that in parking lots.
Shit.
Like
Oh,
the pedestrian stop signs, she'll blow through them and be like,
See, and
those
I'm the
are suggestive.
opposite. I'm the
Those are
fucking
suggestive.
opposite.
And I'm like, bitch,
Let me
no,
ask
they're
you
not.
this: stop signs in parking lots, especially if it's on private property, are they suggestive or are they law at that
You're
point?
talking about like say for example the stop sign where HEB and Kroger is the parking lot. Which are you talking about? Like
So,
Well,
all right, like
I know-
Walmart, if they have stop signs like Burleson, TJ Maxx and all that,
Yeah.
they have the stop signs in between the buildings for you to stop so
Right,
pedestrians can walk out. So if somebody were to blow through one of those, not hit anybody, but could they get a ticket for blowing through?
it's all private property. So all private parking lot stop signs, any speed limits in a private parking lot, it's all suggestive, right? It's
Hey,
she's
that's
right.
what I like to fucking
The reason
hear.
I ask is because I went to
right.
Six Flags and they have stop signs all over the place in their parking lot. Arlington PD was sitting right there in the parking lot, and I drove through it and made a left turn, stopped at the light that was turned on to the public street,
Yeah, the actual
the
light.
actual light, but he pulled me over and said I on the public roadway and said I didn't stop at the stop sign in the parking lot.
not all police are as intelligent or educated as you might think. Sometimes they do make mistakes, and I'm telling you that if you did get a citation for that and you fought it, you would win. The judge would know.
I never got a citation. He gave me a
Right.
warning, but
On-
I'm like, I
Because he
asked
couldn't
him. I
give
was
you a
like,
fucking citation.
Well, on the citation,
okay.
you have to put where the stop sign was. And if there's not an actual public street that you ran the stop sign on, there's no way to fill out the ticket citation.
yeah.
Ooh,
Can't do
but,
it.
But I think Six Flags has like their streets are their parking lots are fucking.
No, their
named.
parking lots are named in sections like Daffy Duck, row 6.
Are they? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know if they're. I didn't
Yeah,
know
they
if
don't
they're
have.
fucking-
They're not actual street signs. They're fucking made up street signs. So
Yeah.
like you're like fuck. I gotta. You can. When the trolley takes you out to the bumfuck Egypt
Yeah.
part of the parking lot, you can be like, oh shit, I gotta get off at Daffy Duck Way and Bugs Bunny Boulevard.
Gotcha.
And so that, but they're not law-abiding fucking street signs.
Yeah. A judge would throw out a ticket for running the stop sign at Bugs Bunny Avenue.
Yeah. yeah. And
Yeah, I
it's
can see
just,
that.
he told me that you were supposed to stop at those stop signs. And I'm like,
mean-
I explained to him, I said, okay, I get that. But
There was
I
nobody.
was-
there.
Suck my dick.
doing like 3 miles an hour. There was nobody around, and I'm making a left turn to the exit. So he's like, "Well," I'm just like, "Okay, dude." He's like, "Well, I'm going to let you off with a warning this time." I'm
Yeah,
like,
you are,
okay.
bitch.
Can I go home now?
Let me clarify something real quick because I'm not sure the exact circumstances. There is one circumstance where you have to stop on private property,
and it's
that
the
is-
one Marshall hat.
It might be.
Well, okay, so say that we'll use the example right here in Burleson of 174 and HEB. There's a stop sign. They have stop signs all the way through, and then
Yeah.
they have stop signs at the exit. You have to stop at the exit.
Yeah.
You have to come
Yeah.
to a complete safe stop before you turn onto 174, the highway.
Correct.
I get
and,
that.
And that,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
That
I'm
makes
saying
sense.
like this is the public street, and this is where. So I was coming this way, and like 2 rows over, there was a stop sign
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
And I just rolled through that one and then made a left, did the full safe stop at the road,
Right.
waiting for the light.
Because you're technically at the public road at that point. You're
Yeah.
waiting to enter it
Correct.
legally. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
But he pulled me over for running the stop sign
Right,
in the parking lot.
There's the reason you probably didn't get a ticket is because he was going to give it to you until he realized when he was filling out the form, oh, okay, that street is
I can't
Bugs
put,
Bunny.
Yeah, I can't put Bugs Bunny Boulevard, or it's all DC now. So it's all
I haven't been to Six Flags
Superman
in fucking
Street,
years,
Batman
dude.
Boulevard. It's all that shit now.
Yeah.
I have 2 more questions for you, and I'm trying. So the first one, when you give out a ticket and somebody wants to go fight it in court, would you typically show up to that court summons?
Typically, unless I'm forced to by the department policy or required to by a supervisor, I'm of the opinion that unless they were really something special, like they made a lasting memory on me that we really clash or something.
Yeah, you went to
Hear
go
that,
fuck
sovereign
them.
citizens?
If it's a sovereign citizen who really wanted to get under on me, yeah, I'll show up to court. But your average citizen that I'm doing something on and they're trying to get out a ticket, they hired an attorney, postpone the court date, postpone it until I show up or don't show up. I'm just going to let it go because the whole point of a ticket is to change behavior. You know, you make an impression on them to correct their behavior. Now, if they're going through all the trouble of hiring an attorney, going to court, setting a court date, and they're willing to show up for it, I'm willing to bet they're going to remember my ticket.
Yeah.
That is a change in behavior.
I'm going to let them go, and if they want to fight it, I'm not going to show up. They can get it dismissed.
Yeah.
And if I don't show up, it will be dismissed, and I'm fine with
See,
it.
I like that mentality.
Yeah.
Because even on those, I mean, you know, it was probably I don't want to say a questionable offense, but they may have had enough in their mind to think, I have enough proof to fight this. You know, because I guarantee you, if I'm getting a ticket for speeding, unless I have like proof, like a dash cam showing how fast I was going, and like, I'm not going to fight it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to pay the ticket and I'm going to go on.
You show me your radar.
Well, see, no, I'm not even going to do that.
Yeah, I just that's some fucking sovereign citizen bullshit.
I'm going to hire an attorney and I'm going to be like, hey, let's fight this. You know, but
When was the last time your radar was calibrated?
so I would get that.
That's one of my favorite
that
ones I've seen.
fucking
We don't
I
have
s-
to show the radar.
I assume you're not
No.
getting too many people trying to summons you to court to fight tickets.
Right. I'd say 99%, maybe even higher. They all pay it immediately.
Yeah.
But you know, if somebody is going to fight it, unless it's a really piece of work, man, I'm not going to go. They've learned their lesson. If they're going to all that trouble,
Yeah.
fine. You learned your lesson. Off.
they're gonna wind
Yeah.
up spending more on the fucking lawyer than they are on the fucking ticket anyway.
I mean, like I said, it's just to change corrective behavior, make a lasting impression. And if they're trying to do all that, I'm convinced you're good.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to court
sense.
anyway. I don't want to go to court.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fucking go to court.
Yeah.
Judges don't even want
You're
to go
just
to
fucking
court.
up everybody's day at that point.
Right?
Like,
Last time I got a ticket was in Joshua for 57 and a 45, and I thought that speed limit had already changed going from Joshua to Cleburne, and I thought it had already changed
55.
to 55. Well, it hadn't.
see,
And the
I gotta
cop-
get my last
but
question.
I was in my work car.
Yeah.
So I went down to the city hall / police department and was like, hey, I need to, I'm going to plead no contest. I need deferred adjudication. And after so long, it gets dismissed and whatever.
Yeah.
So
Like,
you don't
okay.
just do fucking 60 all the way through Cleburne?
I do 60 from
I don't.
that 55-mile-an-hour speed limit up until the 45-mile-an-hour sign at right there by
Over the bridge in Cleveland?
Yeah.
So you just don't do 60 all the way through Cleburne?
I hit for it like I go 55, 60 up until the railroad tracks right before the Kilpatrick light.
Yeah.
I slow down to 40 because it's 40 all the way through there
45.
until no, it's 40.
45.
the motherfucker
No,
lives
it's-
right there.
It don't matter. It's 40.
No, it's
I'm
45.
pretty sure it goes from 55 to 40 to 30.
No, it goes 55, 45, 30 as you get down by Chickadee.
So how do you feel when somebody uses the "I pay your salary" line? And how does that actually work?
do they actually pay your salary?
Like because I know like we pay taxes and you're a public servant and all that, but like there's
Wait, wouldn't
do
that
we
mean that y'all
actually-
pay me?
do we actually pay your salary?
I mean, it comes out of the budget usually for the city or the county. So I mean,
Okay.
it is taken out of taxes, but I pay taxes too.
Yeah,
I was going to
So
say,
you
he
pay your
pays
own
it-
salary.
He's self-employed.
Yeah,
That's gotta piss you off
if
to work
that's-
for free.
and that's that logic. I always say the same thing. I pay taxes too, sir.
Yeah.
I pay taxes too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's like so I was in the ministry for a little bit, and I got so much flack because churches are a 501c3 and they don't have to pay taxes or anything like that. And people used to get so pissed at me, and I'm like, whoa, I'm a W-2 employee. Like I pay taxes. The church itself doesn't because there's not a profit there, but I pay taxes, so you can't get mad at me.
Wait,
like,
so you're saying if I become a church, I won't have to?
there's too many regulations. You're not going to follow through with it. Yeah. There's a lot of red tape that they have to go through to get those exemptions.
What if I myself become the church?
And a lot of churches still have to pay taxes. It's just they get so much taken off because they are a 501c3 and all that.
I don't know.
So-
I lost interest.
But yeah, so I used to have to defend myself like that. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I pay taxes. Like the church doesn't, but I do.
That's my go-to response is I pay taxes too. You know,
Yeah.
100%.
Does that irk you though at all? Like when they try and pull that shit
not
out?
more than anything else. I mean,
Okay.
just dealing with people in general, irks me a little bit. So.
People are stupid and they suck. I hate
Yeah.
dealing with them at my job.
That's one thing, like, even because for one, I never knew I knew like I said, you're a public servant. I pay taxes, but at the same time, like if I get pulled over in Fort Worth, like obviously I don't pay your salary. You know what I'm saying? Or like, like if I get pulled over at the precinct you work at, like people are stupid because they won't even be from the area and they'll still pull that line out. And I'm like, technically I don't though. I don't pay your salary.
That's
because I don't live
works.
there. You know? Yeah, but it's like at the same time I'm like, I pay taxes, but I don't technically like you can't go through and pinpoint, okay, I pay your salary with my taxes. No, I don't know that. Yeah. So that I've always thought that was the dumbest fucking line people use.
Oh, it is a dumb line for sure.
Yeah, like that's not how that works. Like technically, everybody pays everybody's salary because if I go into Walmart and I purchase those things, I'm paying their salary because they wouldn't have a job if the company wasn't making a profit. Like so, by that logic, everybody pays everybody's fucking salary.
Whoa. I'm gonna need you to slow the fuck down. You're getting too fucking serious.
But does that not make sense?
I'm not saying it doesn't.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've always hated that line. So I just wanted, I've never been able to ask a cop, like, hey, does that irk you when you hear that shit?
Do you feel better now? Do you feel better about yourself?
A little bit.
Okay. That's all that matters.
Fuck you.
Bitch, I'm trying to be on your motherfucking side here.
Sometimes, man.
No, don't
No,
you?
that's your thing. Fuck you both. Fuck you both.
Now it's my turn to throw shit.
But yeah, so that's I think that's the last question I have as far as the policing stuff.
I don't give a fuck if it is or not.
I had another one, but I forgot it. All right, y'all got anything else for let's land the plane?
I'm gonna land your mom.
If you can, dude, you're more than welcome to.
Hey, I've been trying.
Fucking send her another dick pic, I guess. I don't know.
Stop. I've had more than I normally do.
I'm just saying, you could try your luck.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know.
All right. Nah, I'm good.
All right. Well, Patrick, man, I appreciate you coming on. I'm hoping we didn't ask any questions that would get you in trouble or anything like that.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm a little surprised you didn't go for any other ones.
There's quite a few that I just didn't ask.
Yeah. That's my thing.
Between me and Marshall, we'd have asked him. Yeah.
We want to know enough, but also we don't want to fuck with your livelihood. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, believe it or not,
what do you mean we don't want to?
Yeah,
I don't.
He.
I don't want to fuck with your livelihood. So
we don't give a fuck.
And honestly, those questions we don't need to know the answers to.
Yeah. Well, it's like when Jake came on. I didn't ask the question that I wanted to ask about when he was in the military.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What? How did it feel to kill Afghanis?
No, I wanted to know. I wanted to know his kill count.
Oh, yeah.
Did he get any kill streaks?
Did he get any assists?
Did y'all get that victory royale?
Yeah. Is he calling down airstrikes?
Yeah. Yeah. So
running with the RCXD.
Yeah, we do try and keep it somewhat tasteful, you know, because there may come a point where we want to know more about the profession. We want you back on, and if we fucking put you in a position, you're not going to want to come back on.
Yeah.
So, but I do appreciate you taking the time, especially on short notice, to come in here and hang out with us.
For sure.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, guys, do us a favor. Go to www.bohemianchatcity.com. We have all the things for all the prices, pick up shirts and all that. I am not going to put out another shirt until I start seeing some orders. You know what I'm saying?
I don't blame you.
Yeah. So.
And we've got plenty of shirt ideas.
Yeah, dude. We've just got them fucking hanging out, just waiting.
We got to remember what they are, but we got them.
Did I ever get Ugga Dugga up? I think I did.
You got Ugga Dugga up.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck. I love you guys.
I love you too.
Love you the most.
Love you too, Andrew Chase.
All right, we're out.
Later.
Bye.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.